at Progressive Field. 7:10 is the start. So 6:35 is when the pregame will begin with Hammy and Rosie and the whole crew over there. Here on WMMS and on the iHeartRadio app. You can listen there as well if you're in town but not near the radio or your smart speaker. Whatever these sounds come out of in your life. If you listen to our show from out of state, I was just in Jersey. Mary was in New York. We have a lot of bureau chiefs in the tri-state area. Mm-hmm. Eric is a new bureau chief in Hillside, New Jersey. Mm-hmm. He went out to see Mary's show.
Well, he didn't know about the bureau chiefs. I said, "Are you a bureau chief?" Or he had heard of it, but he wasn't exactly sure what it was. And I said, "You let Alan know that you're out here, and you'll be our little dot on the map."
He hit me up.
There it is.
Yep. And we have other people. That's the greater Newark area. We have other people there. I got a letter from Fitzy, who was requesting to be a temporary bureau chief way up in Calumet, Michigan. He's camping there for the next couple of weeks. Jeff is a new listener in Columbus, Ohio. Sean listens in West Haven, Utah. Andrew is our bureau chief in Cooper Landing, Alaska. And another Andrew is in Newark, the aforementioned Newark, New Jersey. They have determined that the Dallas Cowboys of the National Football League are the most profitable NFL team. The most valuable NFL team are the Dallas Cowboys. They're worth $7.6 billion. The most valuable franchise in football and across all of sports, I think is what this says.
All of American sports, maybe, right? Or all
Probably all of
them. Sports.
All of sports. They're $630 million ahead of the Yankees.
I thought that those soccer teams were raking it in.
They're close, but I think the Cowboys top the list.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it's a religion.
I wonder if it is what I read seemed a little bit misleading because I was unable to figure out if they just meant American sports. And there's some talk that we might be getting another NFL team in Chicago.
That's too many.
We have 2 baseball teams. We have two NBA teams within 90 minutes of each other.
Yeah.
It's not, we got the Bucks and the Bulls. We used to have 2 football teams a long time ago. The Arizona Cardinals were once the Chicago Cardinals. Cardinals are the oldest. I think the Cardinals are the oldest still operating NFL team or football franchise or something. Because the early days of the NFL was like the Bears, Packers, Steelers. But the Cardinals go back to the 1800s or something. But the move right now, teams when they want to put their balls on a city's face, they go build us a new stadium or we're going to leave. And the Bears are talking about moving out to the suburbs. They're not going to leave Chicago, but they're going to move out to a brand new stadium that's being built for them in Arlington Heights, which is our friend Sebastian Maniscalco's hometown. It's about 45 minutes northwest of downtown Chicago, and they're going to build them a nice, big, shiny. This is the thought. They're going to build them a nice, big, giant, shiny stadium to get the team to move from Soldier Field, which was already renovated. Not that long ago. Already renovated, but is now... Everything okay?
Getting ready to look up where Soldier Field was. No, Soldier Field.
Well, you'll pass it when you guys drive into Chicago.
Well, yeah, we're staying out there. I mean, you know more than I do.
Of course.
This weekend. And so I was just wondering how close to that we were staying.
Right in the lake.
Yeah.
So, they still may have the Chicago Fire play there. But you figure... bands that would have normally played Soldier Field, they're going to go out to the burbs now too, because it's going to be a brand new stadium in the suburbs. And so the conversations are being had that the Jacksonville Jaguars may want to inhabit Soldier Field. The guy who owns them is a guy named Shad Khan. He's a Pakistani billionaire or something.
Shaka Khan owns them?
Shaka Khan, let me love you, Shaka Khan. And he is having conversations about possibly moving the Jaguars. I would be so happy if a team called the Jags moved to Chicago, please. We're going to a Jags game that they may go to Soldier Field. Now, this is just him trying to get Jacksonville to do what he wants, right? They're not going to go to Chicago. But he wants Jacksonville to give him a bunch of stuff, I guess. I assume that's what it is. So the brand new stadium in the Chicago suburbs for the Bears will be 80,000 seats so that they can host a Super Bowl. Soldier Field is about 20,000 fewer seats than that. But it's 61,000 seats. Still plenty for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
It's more than enough.
Yeah,
right?
They'll be fine.
They could do with half that.
Elton John's playing there this weekend while we're in town. Elton John's at Soldier Field.
Soldier Field, yeah. Yeah, Coldplay, I think, did like 2 sold-out shows there. I was like, wow.
Crazy.
I didn't know they were still that popular.
Coldplay's
is one of those,
incredibly
like,
popular.
under the radar. They've been selling out for a decade.
They're not on my radar, so I
Right.
was
My
like,
buddy keeps trying to get me to go see him. He's like, you got to see him live. I'm like, I don't like their music. He's
Right.
like, but if you see it live, I'm like, I'm going to hear the songs that don't do anything for me. It's like, but when you see it live, I'm like, it's not happening,
Yeah,
man.
when they did the Super Bowl, it told you something when they had to have Bruno Mars and Beyonce crash it. Like the only song I know by them is the Viva La Vida song.
No,
Yeah,
the
but that's
Sky Full of
different.
Stars.
but having them at the Super Bowl is different than their fans filling their shows.
Yeah.
I just didn't
I'm
realize.
sure it's a great live show. I'm not. I only know like the hit songs, and I only barely know them. I mix them all up. Clocks and Yellow and
Yeah. Fix You and all
it's
this stuff.
all
Yeah.
same.
I'd rather see the Killers for that one Jesus song guy.
Jesus, song
Go
guy.
ahead.
The
What
Jesus,
song?
The Jesus guy song. Sorry.
How's it go?
He doesn't look a thing like Jesus, but he talks like a gentleman.
Yeah. What's that song called?
No, wait, he's almost there. What's the next line?
The way you imagined when you were young.
So what do you think the song might be called?
When you were young.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to hear that tomorrow.
Killers are a Vegas band. You probably could have seen them do a hometown show while you were out there.
We ain't have no time.
Right in your backyard. You could have
They're
skipped
at the Jabberwockies.
Jabberwockies and taken your mom to see
Man,
the Mormon rock stylings of the Killers.
I forgot about this, but when we went to go, right after we left the Jabberwocky show, we were in this stupid little gift shop. And my mom, she's like, oh my God, I want a shirt so bad. Oh my gosh.
That's me.
She was like, I want a jersey. And of course, they don't have any prices listed on there.
Yep.
So me and my brother went halvesies on it, whatever it was going to be. It was like, Mom, this is our gift to you. Sorry about Derek Huff. Like, we're in Vegas. You know, we want you to have something to take back with you. So I waited in line for like 20 minutes to pay for this shirt. It was $120.
Well, you said it was a jersey.
It was a button-up jersey that had like the Jabberwockies
Yeah,
on it.
jerseys are always more
jerseys
expensive.
are always expensive.
It was
Shirts are still like $40.
It's a lot more material.
$120.
Now, if you were from Jersey, how would you say it?
You stupid Joyzy. It was $120.
He's talking to his Aunt Margie again.
Oh, God.
You like taters on your sub?
What it feels like. Where do I go?
Yeah, that's for like people that like spend a lot of time in Starbucks and think
Me.
like it's not.
I am not ashamed of the fact that I like Starbucks. It's the same every time I get it. I know I can get it on the road.
This is not an indictment of Starbucks. I'm just saying that kind of music is for people that are like into Jason Mraz or John Mayer.
All right,
or,
first of all, relax.
You know.
Although I will say, when I went to the Blues Club, it was like midnight, and I was like, maybe John Mayer will pop in. Maybe he'll come in and do a guest set of music for me.
Maybe John Mayer will come into this basement blues club.
It was a second floor Blues Club.
Oh,
Thank you.
Well, he doesn't go upstairs past midnight.
You don't know that?
If you were a John Mayer fan club member in good standing, you'd know that was the answer to last week's trivia questions. How many flights will John travel upwards after midnight?
What if he showed up there and he just played sob rock?
Well, I don't even care. I'd be so starstruck. I'd probably be crying if I saw him. I get love you so much. Now I have a question, Alan. I think this is a metal thing.
Yeah.
It's certainly not the country music or the pop music that I listen to. What is the stigma against wearing the band's T-shirt to the concert?
The movie PCU.
Is that for real?
I don't know if there's a stigma. There are a lot
It's like,
of
oh,
people.
it's lame. Don't do it.
I think
my
it-
boyfriend made fun of me.
I think it might be. When I go see this koala band, I will wear the T-shirt. I forget the name of this koala band, but when I go see them, I will wear
You don't just wear your eucalyptus blanket?
No, I don't. I think it might be a generational thing because I see a lot more people at shows wearing the T-shirt of the band.
I want to do it.
How I came up, do whatever you want to do.
But it's like my boyfriend made fun of me, and I was like, well, maybe it's a metalhead thing that it's like, oh, you're so lame.
First of all, there could be a case to be made that perhaps your boyfriend shouldn't be making fun of you.
Well, whatever.
She's like, that ship has sailed.
It was just confusing to me.
What show was this?
The Backstreet Boys show. That I like.
Well, you shouldn't wear that shirt anyway.
I bought the shirt there and then put it on so I could.
But I
be
bet there
in
were
the
a lot
tons.
of people wearing. Boy bands occupy a whole other thing because it's largely chicks, so there's no rules. They can wear whatever they want. Metal fans have kind of a myopic view of how things should be. And
you're
I think
not cool if you fan out.
First of all, you're not supposed to be cool if you're into metal in the first place.
I don't know.
Right? That was the whole rallying cry of heavy metal fans. We were burnouts. Like, we weren't cool at all.
But that's my point then. So what's the difference if you want to wear the band that you're going to see, one of your Poop Tomb or whatever?
Tomb of Feces?
Yes.
My band? Poop Tomb. Get it right, Mary.
Your Poop Tomb shirt to the show. Like, what's the big deal?
I think that's outdated. I think
Okay.
that's passe to say that you shouldn't, you know.
I think it is,
I
but-
wouldn't do that. That's my personal thing.
Why?
I would not. Because I think the fact that I'm there shows that I'm a fan.
I guess that's true,
No.
but it's
I've
still
purchased
like,
a ticket.
check it out.
I mean,
look.
people do it. I think
Yeah.
to me, I think it's a generational thing. There's a lot of people my age that like, if you saw any of the photos from when Motley Crue and Def Leppard were just in town at First Energy Stadium, there were a lot of younger people at that show. I don't know if their parents brought them out, that they dig them, right? There's kids who are into 80s metal. They were wearing Motley Crue and Def Leppard shirts. So I think maybe, like, if you're older and you go to an Iron Maiden concert, you want to do the whole thing because it makes you feel young again.
Maybe.
I'm not a guy who would wear the band's shirt to the show, but a lot of people do. It's all, I think anything you do to be a booster is good.
Yeah.
It's just not my thing.
I'm going to the Rise Against show, and I was like,
Don't wear a Rise Against t-shirt.
go get one.
Make your own.
That was my thing, is that I was like, oh, I like the used too. So I was like, man, I'm going to have to go earlier.
Get a
just wear a
used Rise
tank
Against
top
shirt.
so that way I can get a shirt to show them that I care.
All I'll say is this. They're a hometown band. I know some of those guys. It will make me... You never think of me, Mary.
Sorry.
It will make me look bad.
If I wear a Rise
If you're
Against
wearing
shirt.
a Rise Against t-shirt, wear a used shirt. They stink anyway.
I
Wear
like-
their shirt.
I like 3 of their songs that I'm sure will be in the encore because they're
Uh-huh.
the 3 most popular songs.
The used or
Yeah.
Rise Against?
Oh no, I know a lot of Rise Against.
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah,
used I only know. I know Box of Shop are
I know
Box?
the Taste of Ink.
Taste of Ink,
Oh,
yes.
God.
Taste of Ink, Box of Sharp Objects.
Yeah.
And The Bird and the Worm.
Yeah.
And something about yellow, blue and yellow,
Yeah.
black and yellow. So
Is
maybe
that
I
a
know
cover?
4.
Bird, bird, bird. Bird is the worm.
Yes, Bird is the Worm. Yes.
Yeah.
the
Right,
used
don't-
song. Those are the 4 used songs I know. I might know more if I hear them, but those are the 4 I can name that I definitely know every word to.
Right.
Rise Against was my this is my hard rock phase when I was a teenager, was Rise Against and 3 Days Grace. Those were my 2 heaviest bands, my teenage angst bands.
Hard rock bands. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I always think of Rise Against as coming more from a punk tradition.
Right, well,
than
I
a
liked
hard
punk
rock.
pop too,
Yeah.
but Rise Against is heavier than Dashboard Confessional. You know what I mean?
John Mayer is heavier than Dashboard Confessional. That's right.
But yeah, that would Rise Against and
No,
3 Days
I think
Grace.
when it comes to going to see a show, you've paid your money. Don't make life difficult for other people that are there. But whatever you want to wear, wear it.
Yeah.
I mean, country shows are all cosplay, hats and
See,
boots.
I was
and
gonna say you're not wearing. I wouldn't wear a T-shirt to a country show, but I would wear a flannel.
But you want to
and some
dress
cut-off-
more country-like.
100%. I will. I wear my little
See?
white tank top with a flannel over it and my little cut-off jean shorts.
I think there are some genres that you're more likely to see the band's shirt on people. I think country, I think pop. Metal, it's just that heavy metal fans get a thing in their head. And again, I think it's generational. I've been to shows where a lot of people are wearing the T-shirt of the band that's there.
I
That's
think it's-
fine. It's just not my thing.
It also, and I don't know if it's this way anymore, but I think it was a flex to wear something obscure. So if someone's there like, oh, you're wearing that band shirt, nobody's ever heard of them except for us.
Well, that's
Yeah,
a whole other
that's
thing.
a-
But I mean, that's you can do that.
Well, and I think the other thing I see, maybe this is more in the metal thing is when guys would wear shirts from previous tours. So it's like they would wear a
To show that
tour
they've-
from 1995
Yeah,
because they're like, oh, I've been a fan
I saw a
for
few
30
of those
years,
at Rage,
Well-
which that was actually kind of cool to see those
Yeah.
old tour shirts. I wanted to really rage against the machine, so I wore a baby blue Hawaiian shirt with pink palm trees on it, because that's how you take down the man.
And Tevas, strappy Tevas.
No, Jordans, of course.
No, I think that I never thought of that in terms of I've been a fan a long time. I thought of it in terms of shirts at shows are goddamn expensive. I'm going to wear the one that I already have.
Yeah,
Right?
I guess that's, yeah.
Because it feels better, fits better. I will buy a shirt
I saw it as a flex.
at a show. It might be for
That,
some
like,
people.
this is how long I've been a fan of this band.
But back then, like, you know, when I was going to see Iron Maiden shows when I was a teenager, you know, T-shirts were $15. Now they're $55 of a band that you've maybe kind of heard of. I went to the Prong show. I've been a Prong fan since they, you know, stepped on the planet.
Name 3 songs.
I'll name
Box
all
of
them,
Sharp
though.
Objects.
Yeah, Taste of Ink.
Bird of the Worm.
That's right. Yeah. Intermenstrual. I go all the way back with Prong, right?
I don't know any of their songs.
When
so
they
you can
came,
say whatever you want.
When they came, but now they've been around so long that they've kind of done that full circle thing where they're relegated to being openers for newer bands now. But they don't care because they like playing out. When I went to go see them at the House of Blues a while back, I went to buy a shirt because I had a really old shirt, but it was worn out. And so I wanted a newer shirt. The guy at the merch table was like so happy that I bought a shirt.
Yeah.
Because he was just standing there. He was so grateful that I bought a Prong shirt. And I was like, yeah, thanks, man. You know, don't... There wasn't anybody walking. Because even that band, which you got to be a certain vibe to know who they are,
Yeah.
those shirts are $45, $50.
Well, I didn't know because I bought 2 shirts at Backstreet Boys that were each
Yeah.
$45. But I didn't know if it was, I guess, Rise Against, like you said, is more pop punk. Is it pop, not pop?
What is?
Rise Against?
Pretty
No.
pop punk.
No, they're
They
not
were
pop
a punk band
They're
that
punk.
got... They were a punk band that got more streamlined in their sound over the years.
Would
Rise
they-
Against...
More poppy.
Are you familiar with Anti-Flag out of Pittsburgh? Okay.
AFI. I mean, I feel like they're all no. That's the same genre to me.
It's not. No.
AFI is more whiny, but
AFI was strictly out of that like punky emo kind of thing.
Hey,
you
I
know.
remember AFI. I was getting ready to go to their concert.
I was getting ready to go to the concert.
my whole
Miss
question
Murder.
was, I thought that
What other song?
Mr. Murder?
yes, Miss and Mr. Murder. And I think that was that Brad
Yeah.
Pitt movie, right? Yeah.
Like those children's books that are going viral now? No, do whatever you want to do.
I didn't know if they would think I was lame if I went up. I mean, they have a merch table because they want to sell the money, but if I went and
They wanna
bought
sell
a
the money
Rise
indeed.
I can't talk today, man. I don't know where I am.
You guys want to sell me some money?
you
How about
sell
if I
me
give you a
money?
shirt? Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a generational thing. I mean, I think if you go to a show now, metal or otherwise, if you're wearing the band's shirt, I don't think anybody cares.
Yeah.
You know? Because now you don't have to go to a show to get a shirt. You can buy a shirt online.
Yeah.
Wear it to the show. You know, you can
I'll
get
do that.
you can get Redbubble to make you one with a logo on it. Pay $12 and go to the show. I think you should invest in the band's merch. I think that's a good way to support the band. Metallica wears Metallica shirts on stage,
They wear their own merch.
but that's an old. I know it's cross generational, but it's primarily an older demographic for Metallica. They just did Lollapalooza. Everybody was shooting a load over Joe Quinn getting up there with him. Although I don't know if he went up there with him. He was practicing with him backstage, but I don't. The guy that played Eddie on Stranger Things. Oh, exactly. People are like, "Who's that guy?" Without the wig, he's unrecognizable. Al, my brother, wore a Golden Girls shirt to the Rage show. See, that's the other way when you're trying to be so quirky.
Yeah.
That, like, I'm going to go the opposite end of the spectrum. I'm not going to wear anything even remotely close to the band shirt. That's another way of trying to be cool.
You wear a Blues Clues shirt to some heavy
Right,
metal,
right.
where they spray blood on
Yeah.
you.
Right. Okay. Do whatever you want to do, right?
Heard.
Let me take a break. You want to listen on the iHeartRadio app? You can leave us messages there as well if you want to text 35192.